Round 2, pick 38 is in for the Tennessee Titans, and they have selected defensive tackle T'Vondre Sweat from the University of Texas. Big boy with some big moves. Let's talk about it here on Titans Today. I am your host, Jace Andrews, and T'Vondre Sweat comes with a lot of positives, has some negatives too that we'll talk about regarding the law. Let's first talk the positives, though, because I think this is, first of all, a very good pick if he works out. The number 8 overall defensive tackle that we have, over 100 overall. Huntsville, Texas, guy who born and raised in UT. Now he goes to a different state with the letter T in Tennessee. And with T'Vondre Sweat, there's a lot of things to like about him, and the biggest part is how big he is. This guy is a massive human being. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy was huge. Fun fact, though, he also caught a touchdown in the Big 12 championship. Maybe put him as tight end. You got another Jeffrey Simmons tight end type package you could put. But overall, T'Vondre is going to be able to move the defensive line pretty well. Having him with Jeffrey Simmons is going to be an interesting dynamic. And here's why. They are both very big and very powerful. It's not a speed defensive line. Now, that's not what the Titans have always been known for. They've never been the team to go out and go get a speedy defensive lineman. They continue that trend here. The good news is pretty much everything else he does have in his arsenal. Got long arms. He's very active with them. Can really be able to absorb the double teams. The big question, though, he has concerns from a DWI charge earlier this April. Obviously, that's something that had been a little bit of concern, but guess what? Titans didn't take it as that. They got him here in round number 2 at pick 38, which to me, you needed a defensive tackle or a defensive lineman in general. I wouldn't have minded an edge rusher like Adisa Isaac, but instead you go to T'Vondre Sweat, and I'm not too mad about it. So let me know in the comments section, what is your one-word reaction to this pick? How are we feeling about T'Vondre Sweat? You get a pretty good defensive lineman to add with Jeffrey Simmons, who in my mind is probably the second best defensive tackle in all of the National Football League at this point. Because you think about it, it's just Chris Jones as you don't have Aaron Donald anymore. So one-word reaction here, T'Vondre Sweat. How are we feeling about that, Titans fans? My one word is suitable, because I think he is going to be exactly that, suitable. 45 tackles in 2023, 2 sacks, 4 pass breakups, 31 pressures is something I like because in my mind, you're looking for somebody to get pressure on the quarterback. You know that you're going to get your sacks from Jeffrey Simmons. But if you can have some help containing the quarterback so that Simmons is going to be there to take him down, that's what you get with T'Vondre Sweat, and I think it's going to be very suitable for the Tennessee Titans. There is some cons, like I said. The DWI charge is something that they will have to look for, and I don't expect any disciplinary actions for the NFL's sake, but I would not be surprised with that being said. So now you have to look at how exactly this draft may go about from here, because this is a great pass rusher. Your defensive line is now set to be Jeffrey Simmons on the right side. In the interior of your 3, you're going to have T'Vondre Sweat, and then Sebastian Joseph Day is on the left side currently. We could see an edge rusher taken later on in this draft. Honestly, I kind of expect an edge rusher should still be taken in the rest of this draft for the Tennessee Titans' sake, just because although they have not been a team who has prioritized speed on the lines, I think that is something you have to start doing because that's the way of the NFL. Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, those are speed demons that are going to be able to get around your offensive line. The Titans don't really have that. Sebastian Joseph Day is probably the faster one, and he's still not like the fastest guy on the field, but you're not looking for that, but you need somebody that can get around the edge. T'Vondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons are pure defensive tackles. They are going to go in the interior. They're going to try and take you out that way, and I think they're going to be pretty successful. But I would like to have somebody speed-wise to help that out. T'Vondre is certainly not going to be the speediest guy, but he's going to avoid those double teams by really getting around them, and he's going to force the agenda by getting pressures with the pass rush of Mr. Jeffrey Simmons. It's going to be pretty easy. You know, it's also pretty easy. Last-minute tickets with Game Time. It's my one-stop shop for all my ticketing needs. If I want to go to a sporting event, a comedy event, a theater event, guess what? Game Time has me and you covered. You can go check them out. We'll put the links in the comments and the description of this video. And if you use code CHATSPORTS, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Now, you shouldn't have to worry about buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events in your area. And with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Their app is super user-friendly. That's another reason why I love to use them. You can see where exactly you're going to get your seat and a picture of what you're going to see at the event before you even go. They got zone deals and flash deals you can see right there. They also tell you the cheapest ticket right off the top, and you can put everything in filters to decide what you want. The Predators in the NHL playoffs playing a game tonight. You can go check them out. Tickets are relatively cheap, and once again, using the code CHATSPORTS in the redeem code section, you are going to get $20 off your first purchase. Do yourself a favor and go download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. Let's go back to Devondre Sweat. Looking at the way Ran Carthon and Brian Callahan reacted, this was the guy they wanted. They were very happy with the pick. They were high-fiving. They were celebrating in the draft room, in the war room, they like to call it. It seems like the guy they wanted, which is something to note because we know that they are looking for help on the defensive line. I just thought it was going to be on the edge. But sometimes the cookie crumbles in the wrong way. There's not really the greatest edge rushers out there at this current moment. So they went with what in their mind was the best defensive tackle. Again, 2 sacks last year, pretty dang good, and then 45 tackles. It's really, really great. It's just that DWI that you look at and you think about, okay, is it going to be something that is going to be over his head throughout the entirety of this season? Probably not, if to be completely honest. And that's where you look at this and think, okay, how does he fit in with this team? I think it fits well. I think you pair him with Jeffrey Simmons. I think you pair him with Sebastian Joseph Day, and you got a pretty solid defensive line. Now, as in regard to what this means for the Titans picks, maybe trading up for the 3rd round pick today, or for their picks coming in day 3, 4, 5, and obviously the couple 7-round picks they have, I think at this point, it's probably going to be a wide receiver we're going to see in round 4 or an edge rusher. Those are the 2 positions that I expect to see in tomorrow's draft picks. I don't see a trade-up happening. I don't see it. I feel as though the Titans were pretty happy with the way this went, and the only way I could see them maybe trading up potentially would be if somebody falls that they really, really, really like. We'll have to see, though, because we can't know if they really, really like someone. I want you to grade this pick of Devondre Sweat. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it somebody you expected the Titans to select? Because in my video yesterday, ranking the top defensive tackles, Devondre Sweat was not in my top 5. I think he was number 6, but he was not in my top 5. So I'm kind of intrigued to see this pick actually formulate on the draft field and see that. So give me a grade for that down in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. I personally think it's probably going to be a B. I don't mind it. I think you probably could have done the same thing as round 1 and traded back to get this pick. But I think we're seeing a trend here with the way the Titans are going about this 2024 NFL draft. They have guys they want, and they're not going to be willing to trade back in case they get taken. Because what's to say they don't trade back yesterday and J.C. Latham is there? It also takes 2 to tango. You cannot trade if nobody else is offering you trades, and that may be the ultimate thing. Maybe they just didn't get it. And I'm not saying they should have traded back here, but I think you could have gotten Devondre Sweat in a couple more picks. I think it could have been an option. However, that's not the way it happened, and that's okay. He's a big boy, and it's going to be an awesome 3-man front if that's the way they choose to go with the new defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson, because you got Jeffrey Simmons, Devondre Sweat, and Sebastian Joseph Day. I'd like to put that 3 on a scale and rank them as probably the number 1 weighted defensive line, because Devondre Sweat, nearing 400 pounds, man, he is going to be an absolute unit for the Titans, and I'm really intrigued to see how he plays. Make sure you're subscribed here on Titans Today. Obviously, in day 2, they only do have the 1 pick. However, Now 2 players have been added to the Tennessee Titans roster, and we will have grades for the first 2 rounds, or 3 rounds technically if they do trade back in. We'll also have a video on that. And we're going to have you covered all draft weekend long. Day 2 here, we got day 3 tomorrow. And day 3, hey, I know it sometimes doesn't seem like a lot, but those are going to be some very interesting and critical picks for both Brian Callahan and Ran Carthon. And so we will see how those pan out. For now, though, Titans fans, we do appreciate you watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on those notifications. That way, whenever we post a video, you are in the know. And if the Titans trade back into the 3rd round, we will have a video for you. So we do appreciate you hanging out with us. And for now, tighten up and peace out.